All right, hey y'all, it's Pizza Hulk 41 back here in the long dark, and I'm excited today because, well, there's just a ton of things going on with the long dark. The best part, I think, for me anyway, currently, is the patch has come through to the console, and so hopefully some of my issues from the Broken Silence update have been fixed. Have all of them been fixed? I can tell you already no, because I've already experienced a glitch that I was experiencing earlier and recently in videos and playing by myself. Anyway, I'm here at the Ricken, if you don't know. I'm here at the Ricken and Desolation Point, and well, I might do a little forging while I'm here, actually. Really, here's the thing, if I'm being honest. The plan wasn't necessarily to make this video today, but due to the fact that Hinterland can't help themselves, let's see if I can find a container. There's one. There's one. There's my bunnies. We're eating good tonight.
Huh. What have
Huh.
we here?
Like she said, huh. 33 pounds in this tiny little thing. Let's oblige. No. Although that may be faster. Hold on. Anyway, how you guys doing? I hope you're out there having a good day. Hope everything's going well and you're doing what you want to do. You know, that isn't always the case. I know that, you know that, but I can always hope that things are going right for you guys. All right, let's grab all that. All right, 8 pounds later. Already. It's a little late, so I don't think I'm going to be doing too much tonight. Honestly. Realistically here, I'm just kind of going through my inventory. But however, let's talk about what's going on, right? The Long Dark 2. You guys, this company can't chill out. And I mean, I'm both excited, right? And happy. And also, like, a little confused. And slightly concerned. If I'm being, like I said, completely honest. I guess we're going to do bunnies. Because I am definitely getting a bit hungry here. Let me get a can of dog food. Then I'm going to head back here. There's a potbelly, well, not a potbelly stove. There's a forge back here. A furnace. Which we'll be using here in a minute. But first we got to get these guys cleaned up. And they are frozen, so... I mean, I get... Let's just use the knife. The Long Dark 2, Black Frost, y'all. It's coming, you know, eventually. Uh, the reason I say it's a little confusing and a little surprising... Hold on one second. All right. The reason I say it's a little confusing and surprising is because, I mean, technically, you know, the Long Dark 1 isn't finished. I know it's freaking some people out. There's a lot of uh, 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 talk, conjecture, smack talk. I mean, people getting rowdy. I love this community. Uh, all sides of it. It's all kind of crazy and ridiculous. That's kind of why it's fun. But anyway, so some people are losing their mind because they're like, they're not even done with story mode. And I brought this up in past videos, and I think it's worth bringing up again, honestly. But this company, just to be clear, made this game uh, with the... Oh, I did get rid of most of my firewood. Anyway, to be about story mode, right? Stories was, and in theory has been, and should have been, or is, the driving force of this game.
Perfect.
Right? And if you don't really understand, or here we go, know the history. They released their game, and to get, they've done all the things you could possibly want to do. It's a good company. I'm not knocking that. All right, I'm just trying to explain. Just trying to explain. So again, the focus of this game, in theory, is to tell this story. And people sort of have mixed feelings about story mode. But one thing that people sort of overall enjoy about this game is how I play in survival mode. They have a robust survival mode. They have a fantastic world. They have some amazing maps. The ability to, transition from these different regions, zones, areas, types of animals, frequency of, this kind of wood over this. I mean, there's a lot of great, fantastic detail. I love the artistic style of it. Yes, I know there's a dead guy over there, but I mean, it's a survival game. It's a post-apocalyptic survival game, so they're never really that, they're beautiful, but they're also sad and scary. Right, let's get some food in us. Very hungry. I think I'm just gonna go. I'll make some water while I'm here. I'm gonna need a bunch. I don't know if I'm gonna go full crazy water guy right now, but let's get the food first. Anyway, I think it's all legit. Whether you're upset, concerned, scared that what's going to happen with this, is this going to go on the back burner after all this build up, like I said, the company focused on this. People really love the survival mode, so they started pushing the survival mode. They made it available, to the public to pay for, buy, and play, and without the story mode finished. Story mode is chapters. Chapters are coming out. I figure like what they were kind of going for in the beginning is sort of like a what's it called? Life is Strange. So like more of a story-driven kind of thing with this. You're in an environment and you're moving around. There's things you got to do and survive, but it's more of like this telling is supposed to pull you through the world. They released the survival as sort of just this open world, go for it, and people went crazy for it. They love it, right? I love it. This is why it will always probably be one of my favorite games I've ever played in my entire life. So you end up with kind of two parts of this community, right? You got the people who are in it straight up just to play it in survival mode. You have the people who are in it because they love the story, and story mode is where it's at. They like the survival aspect of the game. They like the open world. And they may even like playing it on the hardest conditions and toughest way they can possibly play it. But they don't generally just grab a game and pick a difficulty, hit random, and go, right? And so they're stuck waiting between chapters for the story mode to come out. It takes time, and the focus has been on the DLC, the Tales, which is interesting because if you don't pay for the DLC, you still get stuff. They've still made changes that are great. You can do the base customization. I think. Anyway, you still get a lot of great stuff. But how that affects you when you're playing story mode is sort of like a side mission, right? Whereas survival mode, it's kind of more likely to become the main mission eventually. For survival, It can make you last in the long dark 20 more days, 2,000 more days. Who knows? So it's a and the whole Tales and the whole DLC. Like I said, if you're just in this game for the story mode, it has to be frustrating in itself. What happened to the story mode? This company's about story mode. Well, this company's a company, right? And they started making a lot of money. And I mean, I want to say that I kind of felt at times this company was almost antagonistic to the survival player base, and definitely more friendly to the story mode. They've had some issues. The story mode actually got pulled at one point early in the game and had to be rewritten, redone. It's had touches and fixes in the earlier parts as more story modes come out, which is great, which is why I like games. I was a little, a couple years ago, I would have been antagonistic to games that kept changing, right? But people grow, I grew, games grow now. Just accept it, right? Not all of them, but most of them are following that model. So, yeah. And it's nice to get new content. It's nice to see, a game become something else. It's a little difficult, I think, more so for me, like an OG gamer, that is used to, well, let's be honest, back in my day, putting a quarter in the machine, or buying a cartridge, right? Or later on a disc and blah, 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 and having it, that's it. But now we live in an age where you can update these games, you can add DLC, you can put in skins, you can put all that crap in there. You don't have to use it and buy it all. But that gets back to my point. So the people who are just in it to story mode have to be losing their minds. They're like, why are you doing all this survival mode stuff? And the Tales, I don't care what the skew is, arguably are for survival mode, I think. It's to extend playthroughs, it's to get people out of their hermit holes, it's to get them over to Coastal Highway to do some trading. Most people who are long-term survivors are in this region anyway because they're beach camping. So that's why the traders here. They didn't do it because of story mode. They did it for survival mode. So same thing, with the cougar. What's the cougar got to do with the story? Maybe it's important in the last the last episode of the story. But the first, was it 4 or 5? 4? They, there's no cougar. And how does that work with regions where cougars are, right? So now, if you go back and replay story mode, is there a cougar? So again, I've really, honestly, at times, again, I've always been on the survival side of things. Sometimes I have felt antagonistic towards and from the other side of the community. But at this, it's been years, y'all. And I feel you. I feel you. However, am I excited about a new Long Dark game? I am. Obviously, I love this game. I love the style. It looks like they're keeping the style. It's going to look a little nicer. Different engine, different things going on. And I think the basic look of it is going to stay the same. And the basic look of this game is, to me, is very important. However, do I think it's going to be the same Long Dark? And I don't. I really don't. I think it's going to be them taking what they've learned over the past 10 years, or more, really, because they worked on it, before all that, and they're going to take that, and so a lot of the game is going to be basically at the pinnacle of whatever we're at now, if not better and better looking. But I don't think if you are a true day one, Hinterland story mode, survival mode 2, whatever. You love this game. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be what they're looking for, because there's more people. There's co-op mode, which again, a huge part of this community is losing their mind over, and they should. It's going to be exciting. But there's also a good chunk of this community that are very happy with solo play, hiding in their little hermit hole, living out their life next to their little hut and their cave and their snow shelter. They're surrounded by ruined bear meat, skins. They're completely, you know, whatever that achievement is, sleeping in skins or something like that. I don't really know. Anyway, they went to bed in a bearskin bedroll and all skins like day, 75 in their 2,000 day playthrough. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to feel. I don't know how they feel about all these tales, Again, speaking of which, let's talk about the trader for a minute. Because we did some trading in the last episode. I know that we're talking about the Long Dark 2, but we're just playing the game and talking about Long Dark period. That's kind of how I do. I'm concerned, again, here's my problem with the trader. And it depends on if you're a brand new player or have been playing forever. Depends on if you have a long established playthrough or you just started a brand new one. It depends on a lot of things, right? But if you want to do the tales for the trader, because the trader comes with his own story and missions, you have to revisit all the bunkers or go to all the bunkers. And that's not something I normally do. I hit 4 or 5 easy ones that I know. Quick, check, look. Now, with 9 bunkers, if there was only one bunker that was going to have anything good like it used to be, then okay. But statistically, for me anyway, with 3 bunkers that are going to be good out of 9, and if you search half to over half around, you know what I'm saying, then usually I get a bunker. Sometimes I get 2, right? But to complete the tale and to be able to access all of the special trades for the trader, you've got to find the 3 bunkers, all 3 of those bunkers. And you have to find them in a particular order. I think it's the health one first, the food one next, and then the hunting one last. And then you got to blow up the bunker in Pleasant Valley to like finish the tale. So if the bunker's in Milton, I got to go to Milton, Mountain Town, all the way back to that bunker. Let's say it's the first bunker. Now I can access a hole in the wall or something like that, and then come all the way back to Coastal Highway. Then eventually get another mission to go. Where are they all? I mean, isn't there one in Hush River? Like, what if it's there? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. Come back. Turn it in. Get another mission. My problem here is this. I don't have so much of a problem with the fact that they're moving you around the maps. In fact, I was kind of complimenting that in the last video. I was saying, hey, I like the fact that they're getting us out. They're moving us around. I think it's a good idea. I think players are going to enjoy it. I think it's, making the game exciting again. They're making it great again, y'all. Anyway, but this this is one of those things where they always trip me up sometimes in this game, where it's like, why? What is with the long walks to Forsaken Airfield, the long walks, to Sundered Pass, the long walks to questions I've already discussed them. The answer instead, here's what I'm saying. I feel like here as it is, with the base customization as it is, it gets people moving and going to different regions and doing different things. This just feels like a Radiant quest, and like not even a I'm trying to think of like not even in a good game, like I'm thinking I was gonna say like Skyrim or something, but actually some of those aren't too bad. I'm thinking more like Elder Scrolls Online, where you get beat to death. Like, how many pieces of this thing do you need? How many times do I have to go to this village, and everything respawns again, and I gotta do the same thing over and over? Because again, you could have already visited these bunkers. You could be in not the best of shape to make that kind of travel. You might have be set up in a way where, like, really? I don't know if I'll be able to survive one of those trips, much less 4. Pleasant Valley is right down the road. That bunker's not too hard to get to and too far, so that one's not too bad. If Pleasant Valley was guaranteed to be one of the bunkers, I've already been to the Pleasant Valley bunker. It was empty. But it is the one that you finish the tail with. Spoilers, but I don't do that in my videos. If you're watching a video game video, then you probably expect spoilers. Surprise! Anyway, and then you destroy a really great bunker, because I like to pop back. See, I'm in a good spot because I can get from here back to Pleasant Valley easily. I can get Pleasant Valley back to Timberwolf easily. And one of the nice things about that transition is, if the weather is just awful, you're completely exhausted, or you want to make a couple trips up and down the rope to get your junk down, your loot, you can take a nap in that bunker, warm up, dry off, get your fatigue up. Nope, we're going to blow it up. This doesn't make sense. So again, I love this game, but I don't really play. I played story mode up through 4. I never finished 4, by the way. I am not a big fan. I think episode 3 was awesome. Amazing. Loved it. Episode 1 was okay. I thought it was cool and a good way to introduce the mechanics of the game, and I recommend maybe playing that one. Episode 2 has stuff in it I hate. I absolutely hate. 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 And episode 4, for me. So, these are all the opinions of Pizza Hut, not the opinions of the masses necessarily. Okay? So, just want to make that clear. Can I get the last torch? I hesitated just for a sec. Again, I haven't finished. I haven't finished story number 4 or whatever. So, the BlackRock thing. I'm not a fan of the BlackRock map. You know, how do we even really? I mean, I'm assuming we, move these, but that looks weird. What was it? Ooh, ooh. All right. Let's get. Eventually, we'll get some light in here. I'm gonna go outside. I promise. Like, pizza. How genius of it is you to start a video in the complete dark, staring at a fire for 10 minutes. Listen, we're talking. Ooh, we got a good chunk of water. I still need more. But what time is it? Can't see. There we go. Ooh, almost morning. Let's go. Let's try. Let's see how much I can get out of 6. I got some coffee. We'll probably put that into play. All right. Got a nice bit of rest. More than I thought. Let's do the clear junk if it'll let me. Oh, you can't. I wondered about this place. This makes sense to me. So, when I first got in here, I was like, this would be
I'll
cool.
take it.
Uh, if you are allowed to... Is that a fisherman's sweater? Yes! If you're allowed to fix the rigging, right? It is one of those kind of like, again, it's considered an indoor-outdoor type space. Some of these you can modify, some you can't.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I know, Astrid, I know, I'm working on it. This is one you can't. It would be cool, though. I'm not gonna, there's loot out here. Or there can be. It would be fun. Like I was thinking about, I was like, that would be a cool addition in this video. It might get a few people to watch. But I like the idea of being able to fix up the rick and put some furniture in here. But then because there's also a forge in here, so it would kind of make a little more sense. Making some of the things, you still need hinges, and they don't really address that. But I like the fact that you can't, actually. I know there's somebody who's really mad. This is probably their base. This is probably their favorite place to base. They probably heard this thing come out and were like, yeah. Was it next to the church? Oh. I think I've gotten this before and I've never found this stupid thing. When you're like, Pizza, don't you make YouTube videos? I mean, I'm trying. Okay, well...
Looks like this has been here a while.
Go look it up. No. We'll just hop down and see if there's anything over here. This is the front. I thought it was the other side. Alright, what time of day is it? About noon. We've got Super Astrid here. She's got all the best gear. We could go goofing around in a blizzard. Be no problem.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
You sure can, especially all these rabbit skins and guts. Alright, let's throw some more stuff in the container. We'll get back on topic here in a minute, but I do want to actually play the game a little bit. Crazy, I know. Got a spare fisherman sweater. Yes. I love those. Those are my two, well, my favorite sweater of the game. I always try to get 2. When you're playing in anything stockerish and below. It's still too heavy. Oh, I got all that water on me. That's right. I should probably kind of keep it nearby. I tell you the one thing, it would be nice if I could fix up this place, because I could at least pick up some of these shelves and stuff and make some room. Hey, dude, you want to hold some stuff for me? He does. Well, how about that? He doesn't really care. Keep the... Yeah, well... $90, still heavy, still gotta put the water down. Okay. So right now, you'll see that it says I have 18.07 pounds. If I go over to the coffee, you'll see it drops down to 16.97 pounds. I don't know why. It's like every other one, it changes if you're dropping stuff like this. If you drop like a stack of something, it'll still show you have the stack in your inventory. I don't know why. Not sure what that's about. But I was excited the patch came out because I have hit some blue screens. Good old crashes. There's been some things leave. Uh, Weird. There was a mountain lion on my coastal highway map, even though there's not supposed to be. Now, since I already found it, it's marked on my map. Now, the weird thing is, alright, so we got the patch. I loaded it up today. I loaded up this save. And even though I'd already said I don't want the cougar on for this save because we're doing something else, it asked me if I wanted to turn the mountain lion on. And I was like, no. Like I originally said. But there was a glitch where the mountain lion was showing up. I looked it up. And so I have it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he's on my map anymore or not. He shouldn't be. I'm pretty sure Barb's rifle is up where he's hanging out because I pretty much checked everywhere else. Alright. So, we addressed the whole thing, why people are freaking out. Particularly people who are into the story mode. And I started to get into it, and I want to focus on that for a bit. Why I think if you are hardcore Long Dark fan, why the sequel may throw you off a little bit. Because I think what they're going to do is focus more on the co-op and the survival mode of that game. I'm not even sure, I feel like the story mode is probably going to be something that is more organic and less separate, you know what I mean? Think about games like, well, I said earlier, like Skyrim or something, right? You don't have, you can play for hours and hours, get to level 80, and never see a dragon. You don't have to do that mission to play the game. You can progress major story, like all the major storylines. You can do pretty much everything. I'm gonna check out the processing plant first, but well, actually, I'm gonna check out side for a couple. I'm looking for a hammer. But I think overall you're going to see more integration of either the story mode itself, just being a part of the game. It's something that you can either choose to engage or not, or it's going to be set up more like Tales and more like Radiant Quest, where you tell the story by accepting missions, talking to different people. That's the other thing too. There's going to be NPCs. And these are all things, like I said, I'm fine with.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
I will be playing The Long Dark too. But I'm also going to go into... Ooh, hello. Take you too. I'm also going to go into it knowing
Okay.
that it's not going to be this game. You know? But I feel like, and I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but maybe a little. Just in this community in particular, I think people are going to lose their minds. I do. I do. I think people are going to be upset. They're going to be upsetty spaghetti, I'm telling you. But it's going to be okay, because I think it's going to be a really great game. I am really excited, personally. If you want to know what Pizza thinks, I think it's great. Looking forward to it. I'm excited. Like I said, I used to be more of like why you keep messing with my game? Why can't you just release a game like it's supposed to be? But I've grown. Or, yeah, well, I consider what I've done growing. I've changed. Okay? And I'm fine with it. Like I said, keep these games fresh. You know, I know it's a business model more so than like there to be making players happy. Right? Release the game, they have something to play, it's broken, it's not finished, it's a mess, but here's something. There's another story mode, here's something cool in survival you can do now, here's a new map. What, you want to look like Goku, here's a skin, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Please give us more money. Making games is expensive, and we also want really, really big salaries. Like humans do. I'm not, hey. Greed is a human condition. It doesn't just happen to certain people. We got a bullet. I was hoping for a hammer. They did, I don't think I found a hammer out here since they've changed the loot where loot spawns. But I am going to have a quick look. It's usually not out here. It used to be up there on that dock. If I don't find a hammer now, I'm just basically going to keep setting things up for future. I do want to forge here eventually. So I brought like 20 coal with me. There's coal there. There's usually enough to like get it started and do around, but you gotta go chop a bunch of firewood to...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
They don't, Astrid. Come on, Astrid. We've been over this 100 times. But I also don't know where they moved the hammer. So, here we are wandering around the yard. Just in case they did keep it outside. I don't think they did. Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am crazy excited about it. I'm curious to see what kind of mechanics they introduce, hopefully. Because one of my favorite things, obviously, if you are unfamiliar, with the... It wouldn't be obvious. With the Long Dark is I love custom mode. I like to play the game. I love playing games like the way I want to play them. I feel like I can make this game more realistic than is intended. And, I enjoy playing that way. Now, this is Super Astrid on a super easy playthrough, so we can do fun stuff with whatever new stuff comes out. But myself, personally, my personal playthroughs, we have Interloper, all kinds of low loot tables, we're hungry, we're thirsty, we're cold, we're all the things.
I think I can use this.
Ooh. Nothing wrong with having a spare. I love the Urban Parka. Lightweight. Lighter than the Mackinac. But I think they're going to, like, the camera, right? Look at some of the stuff look at everything that's come out from the Tails. This is probably the best way to look at it. Everything that's coming out from the Tails is what they're going to try to do better in the Long Dark 2. There's a fire striker or stem under there. Stem. Go jogging. And I'm just going to grab everything I can get my hands on here and centralize it. Almost everything. But there are going to be NPCs. It's going to start with a trader, you know what I'm saying? There are going to be NPCs that you can interact with, whether it's to make trades with, advance the story with, probably like all of the above type situations, you know what I'm saying? They'll give you quests, radiant quests, they'll give you supplies. Maybe you can trade some things, you know, here's a knife or here's some cloth or this or that or whatever, you know what I mean? Here's a bunch of candy bars. Thank you for the bag of sugar. I think you're going to see mechanics like the recipes get up to a whole nother degree.
I'll take it.
I think there's going to be tons of food recipes, tons of combinations, and buffs. And probably debuffs. So, then I also think we're going to start seeing some things that you don't see in this game quite in the same way. I think they could be basically a sanity level. I think they're going to introduce sanity, and instead of making you go sleep out in a cave for a night, you know, there'll be a lot more to it.
Probably useful.
Getting lots of junk food, which is, I mean, okay. There's a battery. Now, this update so I believe they added batteries to here. I think it's one of the places where they added batteries. I think Blake Inlet was one. Oh, I know. Anyway, they did add more batteries into the game. Because, let's say you're on a playthrough, you're at 501 days. And you've already scavenged batteries from... And you're playing on Interloper, where there just aren't hardly any batteries.
Kind of heavy.
They picked like 3 or 4 maps. Yeah, there's 2. See, I'm saying there's 2 batteries here, just laying around. And this being right down the road from where you make the trades makes sense. It was a smart move. This company, like I said, they're weird. Sometimes they seem antagonistic to the players. Other times they just like straight up listen to you and like fix things. So I don't like that. Yeah, there's that other battery. I don't mind complaining. I will never ever mind complaining. But here's another one. But the fact that they did this right here is really cool. You know. And you look at it like it's... There are people who go, oh my gosh, you know, they put, ooh, hello.
I'll take it.
Ooh, that's a lot. Woo, just scored. Anyway, you know. Yes, they released it broken, but they also took it out. I'm just trying to put them in places where I can see a little better. Quote unquote. They changed it. Fixed might be a funny word. Same thing when you talk about when I said earlier, you know, even though this game was so story driven to begin with, they had to take the story mode out. I think it was 1 and 2. and rework and fix them. I don't think they really fixed 2. Like I said, I hate episode 2. I hate it. Yeah, I'm gonna be, you know, I hated it. But the episode 3 was fantastic. Absolutely my favorite part of the story so far. I hate this game. This game, the mini game. This is one of those things in the Long Dark, just like episode 2. I hate. This is so dumb. Expect a lot more of this in the Long Dark 2. I guarantee it. I promise you. There will be a plethora of mini games. I don't know. I'm torn between. Ooh, almost blew it.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
You can tell I've been in the world for a bit on this playthrough. Probably around 3 months, I would say. Generally around 3 months, that's when you, in Pilgrim mode, that's when you're going to start seeing that. Oh yeah, we're getting close. I know people are like, Pilgrim mode's so easy, Pilgrim mode. Right, let's see. We found it.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Astrid has a very boomer attitude in my mind. I think, what's his name? Will? I never play that guy. Anyway, Mackenzie. Is that it? Isn't that? Anyway, he's more millennial. Yeah. Now the fun thing in here, let's clear the junk first, obviously. Hate the junk. This would be an interesting place to live. Can you... Yeah, see, that stands up straight. I knew it would. But can you put, like, rugs over this? Or maybe the mattresses? No, they go downstairs. It doesn't even really treat it like it's a full block. I mean, you can kind of block the hole here. Let's try the other mattress. Oh. I feel like I'm playing Fallout. Just give me a little shot of green, y'all. That's all I need. Just a little bit of green, and pizza can do amazing things. A builder's builder. Let's see if I can stack it and then block it. Yep, just like that. There's probably like all of you are screaming, just stack it, pizza. I'm working on it. We're working our way through. It doesn't. I had it too. That's what sucks. Oh. Oh. Come on. Oh, we'll just leave it there for now. Doesn't help that I'm carrying like 100 plus pounds, 125 pounds. I do have a. Let's eat a meat pie. Come on. Let's do this right here, right now. Woo! Oh, look at me flying. Flying. Alright, I checked these. No, I didn't. Can't. There we go. Yes, I did, right? Yeah. Checked you. Grab the sweater. And a can of sardines. What is that? Cup. Dope. Looks like a can underneath the bed. Yeah, I'm out. I'm too heavy. Ooh, that'll come in handy though. Grab that. We'll just... Ooh. As I'm falling through the floor. We'll just come back.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Alright. As far as the discussion on the Black Frost is, listen, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to do great things for Hinterland. I think it's going to alienate and irritate a lot of the core players of this game. I think they're going to be mad. It's always hard to say, like, you know, is somebody else's upsetness, you know, anger, sadness, whatever, is unjustified. That's how they feel. That's what they think. And the game is and has been presented in a particular way that they don't always stick to. So I really do feel for those guys right now, because I don't think they're going to be that happy. I think you're going to see a lot of people who are like, why I won't play the Long Dark 2, or why I only played the Long Dark 2 for 2 hours, or why this isn't the game I signed up for, etc. But the nice thing about this community, personally, I think, is that it has certainly evolved and changed over time. And a couple years ago when I started playing this game, I felt not loved by the company.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
And I don't mean like no. I just mean like they like my, you know, me and the type of player that I am and the things that I like to do with the Long Dark wasn't really respected or heard, right? We'll use those words. And now I feel like they've not only embraced the type of player that I am, but they've gone crazy and ran with it and have focused on the type of player that I am. So that could be really distressing and confusing to some early players. People have been playing for years. So I acknowledge that completely. I understand why you would be upset he's spaghetti. And I feel you. I did. I really did. But like I said, personally, I am crazy looking forward to another Long Dark. I am looking forward to all the different NPCs, interactions, recipes. Like I said, I think it's just going to be a super amped up Tales. And I think they are going to tackle, like I said, I feel like they're going to go in the direction of Bethesda does sort of with its games, where it's going to be open world, survival, but the story's there.
Carry this load for much longer.
The story is there. You can go talk to this NPC, and all of a sudden you're in it. And you can do the missions, and it'll change the world, and it will add and take out things, and do whatever the, you know what I'm saying. But I really don't expect it to be like this. I really don't. I think if you go into it thinking it's going to be this, well, I think you're going to be really disappointed. I do. And I don't think that's going to... I don't think that's... I mean, I feel like people are going to hold that against the company, but I don't think that's going to be the company's fault. I kind of think it's going to be, you know, our fault. It's going to kind of fall on the community. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's wrong or bad or anything. I just think it's something that's going to happen. However, a lot of buzz with the Long Dark. This game has consistently done well. Consistently does well. Yeah, I need to get to sewing here shortly. And I think they've done a really, really excellent job at keeping their player base engaged, interested, excited, all the good words, right? I got like a million, again, I know. I could look it up. But I got a million pictures or things of film, but I have like no camera. They should be cameras all over the place. It's like there should be kitchen knives and all kinds of stuff. This game. I'm saying it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Ooh, a thermos.
Nobody
That
needs this anymore.
is going to come in handy here. All right. Looking forward to having that. Ooh, that's gonna come in handy too. Yeah! Loot and the night away. But yeah, if you're expecting the same thing, don't. I can tell you that. I feel 1,000% confident in that. Just from watching the trailer, just from looking at the screenshots and some of the things they said, it's just no. But I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I don't generally do PvP, PvE type things. If I do, it's going to be more PvE. And so it would be interesting, I think, to play the Long Dark with a friend. And I think, again, not everybody's going to love it, but a lot of people will. You know, that's what I'm saying. I think what they're doing is literally going to bring new players in. And it's a game. It's what you want. See, that's making me nuts. Anyway, that's what you want. You want to bring in new players. You want to keep the base that you have happy, and you want to bring in new players. And I think that the Long Dark 2 is going to bring that. I think it's going to bring the popularity of the Long Dark 1 up along with it. And I think because of the Long Dark 2, we're going to see the Long Dark 1 get even more players. It's a great game. It'll still be a great game. In fact, people will go, oh, look how this looks. Look how they used to do this. Even though this game is nothing compared to the game that I played a couple years ago, right? I started playing. They had, I think, recently released Story Mode 3. Mm, I think so. It might have been before 3 came out. I don't know. All I can tell you is this. It's a great game. And I think the Long Dark 2 is going to do nothing but great things for this franchise, because that's what we're talking about now. And I think it's going to do nothing but great things for the company. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I think they're going to make a killing. I think they're going to make a ton of money. And not only be able to possibly have a Long Dark 3 one day, what? perfect. But give us more titles, more stuff. What? How about this? How about this? So we've done the Long Dark, and the same one. You know, we're going uh, into our little future in the same. It looks like maybe we're in mainland Canada somewhere, um, somewhere near the Great Bear. I don't know, but there's definitely going to be more town, more like a city, maybe even vibe to it, right? But I think I'm trying to put it in my head together. I think that I don't know. I think this is just going to be a bridge. I think that this would look cool in, let's say, if they want to stick with a coldish theme, but maybe go in more, because I think seasons are going to start to become involved as well. But you could go down to like Washington State, Oregon, you know. If you want to keep it in Canada, you know, try some different, you know, what's going on in Quebec, what's going on, which is cold, Montreal, which is cold. I mean, it's Canada, you know. But let's get a little more south, you know, if they want to keep it in that region. Let's see a little bit of spring. Let's see a little bit of summer. Maybe there's a map where, you know, we're going to see weather effects. Uh, Sometimes you have snow, sometimes you don't. That would be cool. That would be very cool. But I think for at least the moment, we got to worry about what's coming next. And I mean, as far as again, I will finish story mode 4. I will do it. I will stream it because I streamed, I think, 2. No, I streamed 3 and 4 parts of it anyway. Parts of 4. I'll finish 4, and then I'll play 5. I'm hoping that it's good. You know, they've taken all these years and they finish off with a bang. But I am not a major fan of story mode in this game. All right, let's see if I can get. I do have a book somewhere. Let's see if I can get this book read. I believe it was a sewing book. Okay. Well, you know, who doesn't want to learn about smithing? In a run, I'm probably not going to do any smithing in, but okay. Give me something to do. I also want to see if it stays light or if it gets too dark. Oh! Ooh! Very lucky. We got an aurora. Hey, look at this place. Might take a screenshot. Actually, look. Pro YouTuber thing here. I'm going to go outside. And when I come back in, it's going to say the Ricken. So if I decide to make a thumbnail on it, people can see the Ricken. They don't instantly recognize it. There she is. These aren't going away. They know this hits hard. They know that this is, I mean, like, listen. Take out all the garbage and things. Like I said, episode 2, I hate. There's plenty of things about this game I really can't stand. But it's like 93% fantastic to me and 7% garbage. But look at this. That's 100% beautiful. You know what? I'm going to... Here, I'll shut up for just a minute. Every now and then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, people of all types and ages, in the long dark, you gotta take just that moment, that minute, how beautiful this is. Next on Smooth Jazz, the waves, dulcet, smooth sounds. Free to say hello anytime. You can jump in the conversation. You can ask me a question or whatever. And of course, comment on the video if you don't want to talk to me in my face. It's fine. I understand it. I answer everyone, right? So ask me a question, I'll answer you. Unless, you know, you're rude or dumb. Then I'll delete it. Simple. Alright, look at this. Look at this. But I'm going to say for, at the moment, the main part of this video, or at least the title part of this video, is over. So if you joined in and you want to talk about the upcoming game, say something. Because right now, I'm going to start back into this series, which is checking out just how OP I can be in Broken Silence, and I need arrowheads to be super OP. But I do want to address. Let's get back to Broken Silence. Here, let's let's shift the conversation. So back to Broken Silence. I was saying earlier about the. Oh, there it is. This is the shot. This is what I wanted. Hold on. Screenshot. See, I came in, and as soon as I came in, the title card or the whatever, the zone popped up. Rickon. That's what I'm trying to say. But if I luck out, I can get a few more of these shelves, and I can also make moving around in here a lot easier because I'm going to break down some of these crates too. Is that something behind there? It is. Look at that. Look what happened. You know what? I might look around the Rickon a little bit with the lights on. I don't. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Yeah. I've said it in past videos. I mean, it's a waste of fuel at times. But, I mean, just throwing... Look, right here.
This'll come in handy.
Just throwing your torch, your flashlight. If you're British, that means the same thing. And just... Even if it's just for a quick tour or look around. Because even this... Look. Isn't going to show me everything. Do it fast. Try to take advantage of any kind of aurora. There's a flashlight. Beautiful. Alright, so we'll just drop this. And then, of course, if you find something like a flashlight during an aurora, I don't know. Turn that thing on. That'll save me all the oil. I think I have another one somewhere. Alright. But I do want to get all the little knickknacks and little bitch. I said bits. I know that sounded weird. Please. I'm a grown man. I cuss sometimes in my videos, but at least I try not to. But I also think, you know, please understand human beings, you know, especially adults. They might say a no word. It's okay. But I try not to. I don't like my channel isn't set up to like it's not set up it's not set up as a kids channel. I want grown-ups. Or I want, you know, if you're a kid watching, I hope that your parents are the types that like pay attention to things. And if they watch some of my videos and they're like, "Oh, I saw this one video where he said the F word," or I don't really say that it has happened. Or if he says, you know, dang, listen to them. Because as a kid who didn't listen to his parents very much, I promise you, it's very helpful. They're often correct. And even if they're not, you're going to have a boss that you don't like, and tells you to do dumb stuff.